This is the real life of Nepal's wealthy. They can afford smartphones and even build two-story brick houses. After dawn, her husband went out to work. Gina carried her son in one arm and a bucket of swill in the other to feed the piglets in the pen. After watching the piglets eat for a while, Gina carried her son back inside. Just then, a neighbor drops by for a visit. They all envy Gina, living in such a big house at such a young age. Seeing the walls lined with tableware in Gina's home, the neighbor's face lights up with admiration. Gina takes out a new kettle. She coats its base and outer sides with clay before placing it over the fire to bake, protecting the pot and extending its lifespan. Next, Gina washes her hands and scooped 2 ladles of rice from the sack into a basin. She added 2 scoops of water, rinsed the grains thoroughly, then drained the basin. All the rice went into the kettle. Gina placed the lid on the kettle and set it over the fire. The children played nearby, while the chicks she raised scurried about the room. Soon Gina's rice was cooked. By then, the neighbors were ready to head home for their own meals. They all left Gina's house. Gina cracked 2 eggs into a bowl, then added a pinch of salt and chili flakes. She placed the wok over the fire and poured in a little oil. While the oil heated, Gina rinsed the pickled vegetables. Once the oil was hot, she added a spoonful of spices. Then she poured in the beaten eggs and scrambled them until fragrant. Immediately after, she added the pickled vegetables and stir-fried them. The aroma instantly filled the entire room. Once everything was nearly cooked, Gina poured in a bit of hot water to simmer the vegetables. Soon the dish was ready. Gina served 2 bowls of rice and placed the vegetables on top. She and her son sat down to eat lunch. In the afternoon, her husband returned, bringing a bag of pig feed. It was enough to feed the piglets for several days. Looking at the dilapidated fence, her husband had an idea. He took a sickle and went out. Arriving at the bamboo grove, he quickly found a thick bamboo pole. He cut off the branches and rotten roots. Her husband carried the pole home. He chopped the bamboo pole into sections and secured them with wire. He raised the pig pen fence a bit higher so he wouldn't have to worry about the piglets escaping. After finishing these tasks, the husband returned home. By then, Gina had already prepared dinner, stir-fried noodles for tonight. Gina's cooking was always excellent. Hungry after a day's labor, he ate heartily, looking thoroughly satisfied. A fulfilling day had passed.